Welcome. Today we're going to discuss the human excellence triangle. This is a framework that I created that's built on three pillars: strategy, execution, and ethics. And when these come together, something greater emerges, and that is human excellence, represented by the HX in the middle of the triangle you see on the left. And here's the important point. This triangle applies not just to businesses, but to you and individuals as well. So whether we're talking about an organization trying to thrive in its market or a person trying to thrive in life, the same principles apply. So let's start with these three sides of the triangle here. Strategy. Strategy is your compass. For a business, it's direction, alignment, and competitive positioning. For you as a person, it's vision, goals, and priorities. But without strategy, we end up working hard, but often on the wrong things. Execution. This is your engine. For a business, it's processes, systems, and capabilities. For you, it's discipline, habits, and follow through as a person. Without execution, plans never become results, and ideas remain stuck on paper or in your head. Ethics. This is core, right? And for a business, it's culture, trust, and governance. But for a person, it's integrity, character, and values. Without ethics, you might succeed, but at the cost of trust and your reputation. And that's not sustainable. Hey, look, when strategy, execution, and ethics converge, they don't just add up. They create an emergent phenomenon, human excellence. And that's why the diagram on the left has the HX triangle in the middle, representing that as an emergent phenomenon from the integration of strategy, execution, and ethics. And this is where operational excellence comes in. See, operational excellence, that's a discipline I use to make this triangle real in businesses. And it's tool agnostic. So whether it's Lean, Six Sigma, AI, IA, or no tool at all, it doesn't matter. The purpose isn't the tool. The purpose is enabling human excellence. That's the why. And the what's, they'll change. And just as businesses must reconcile themselves against these three dimensions, we as individuals must also do that. So what happens when a side is missing? Well, let's take a look at what happens when one of these sides is missing from the triangle. Let's take away strategy. You see, but without strategy, businesses work hard, but they're not working on the right priorities. They're working on the wrong priorities. And I call that misguided. Individuals stay busy, but they never advance toward their true goals. Let's take away execution. Without execution, businesses have values and vision, but they don't have any results. And that's what I call wishful thinking. You see, individuals, they'll dream big, but they'll never follow through. Now let's take away ethics, right? Without ethics, businesses may achieve, but at the cost of trust, and that's reckless. Individuals, well, they may succeed short term, but they're going to compromise their integrity in relationships. You see, in every one of these cases, when you take one of these pieces out of this triangle, the imbalance undermines excellence, right? Human excellence cannot emerge when one of these is missing. So the human excellence triangle isn't just about organizational performance or personal success. It's about balance, and it reminds us that direction without action is powerless, that action without values is reckless, and that values without direction and action are impotent. When all three of these connect, whether in a person or a business, that's when human excellence can emerge. And that's the true purpose of operational excellence. It's not efficiency for efficiency's sake, but rather for enabling people and organizations to thrive with clarity, results, and integrity. Because at the end of the day, whether you're leading a company or leading your own life, the goal is the same. Not just operational excellence, but human excellence.